Can you walk us through how you found out?
So it happened one of my one of what like last week. Got a call from the agent Danes about a week prior, and we both have old school cars, and he stays about 10 minutes from me, and so he called me and he was like, "Hey D, you want to go riding?" And I was like, "Sure. What day you want to ride?" And he was like, "Well, how about Thursday?" And I was like, "Fine." And then he was like, "We're gonna go riding about around 9:30." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." At nighttime, he was like, "No, 9:30 in the morning." And so I'm like, "Who goes riding in their old school early in the morning?" You know what I mean? I got kids to take to school and stuff like that. He's like, "Nah, as soon as you drop the kids off and everything, we'll go ride." So I'm like, "All right, cool." And so I told my wife about it, and she was like, "Okay, cool." And so all of a sudden, the day that we supposed to go riding, my kids are all in the house and they haven't been to school yet. And I'm like, "Why are the kids not going to school?" She's like, "Oh, they got dentist appointments." And so the kids are in the house, they sitting down watching TV. They say dentist appointment at 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I'm like, fine. And she started getting dressed. And I'm like, you know what I mean? I know you go drop the kids off the dentist, but you put on makeup and stuff like. Who you going to see after the dentist appointment? You know what I mean? Now I'm thinking that. So she's like, nah, we just dropping the kids off. And all of a sudden I hear a horn bump at the front door. So I didn't get a knock, I got a horn. So he blowed his horn out. As I'm going to look at the front door, I see the camera crews and everybody coming up to the front door, and I see him with his gold jacket on. And that's when I knew it was time.
Devin, what did you think when you were up for it the first two times?
Honestly, I thought I was going to be a first ballot. You know, I really did, you know what I mean? From my work on the field and the companies that I had in the NFL, I really thought I was the first ballot. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, I'm just blessed and I'm honored to be the first returner. Like it's it's hard to say who's the number one quarterback, who's number two running back, who's the number one defensive player. But in the situation I'm in right now, I can honestly say that right now I am the number one returner of all time, and it's a great honor, and I hope that God bless allow me to open up the doors for the rest of the returners, and not only returners but as special team players as well, to get an opportunity now to really get looked at as a special team player, and do have the feeling that they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Did you start to think after the first two times that maybe this isn't going to happen? They're not going to put a returner in?
No, I honestly felt like, you know what I mean, the more it's you know, I'm gonna picture that. I don't know, you guys ever been in fights in school, but you get in a fight in the school with a kid and he beats you up, or you beat him up, you know the next day you're gonna have to probably fight him again until you win. Right. And so that's the situation I felt like I was in, you know what I mean? I didn't make it this year, well, you're gonna have to see me again next year. Yeah. You know, and to be able to make the final in 2 years, or 3 years in a row, you know what I mean, first 2 years, I knew that, you know what I mean, it was a no-brainer that one day that I will be a Hall of Famer.
Devin, how important was it to the guys that were starters and want to block you, especially? How important were they in you?
It was very important, you know, because you just it's very rare that you have starting cornerbacks, starting linebackers, starting DNs that's in a special team meeting room again taking off a punt return, a kickoff return, and voicing their opinion like, I don't want to get taken off of this. You know what I mean? So when I seen that in the meeting room, from Charles Tillman, you know what I mean, to starting linebackers like, Coach, this is what we good at. I don't want to be taking off something that could potentially be one of the greatest special team units of all time. And so to be in amongst a room like that in Chicago, I would really say it was a great honor to have those type of teammates to be a part of this great honor.
Devin, you joined a group of 39 Bears who are in the Hall of Fame now. I think what does it mean to you to join that elite group?
That's a huge elite. You know what I mean? To have 39 Hall of Famers. You know, it's a great honor to just not only to make the Hall of Fame, but to represent the city of Chicago. The city of Chicago is one of the cities that I would say out of 4 years that I played for different teams was the one city I can say was really truly a football city, and they love football, and there was diehard football fans. Regardless of win or lose, the stadium is always packed. And that's one thing I can't say about the city of Chicago. You know, I'm just blessed to be honored to be a part of the 39.
To Josh's question, you would spend your whole career hearing about the history, about hearing the great names like Butkus and McMichael and Singletary, all these guys, and now that history that you just got hammered with day in and day out, walking out of the building. You're one of those names.
Right. It's honor. You know what I mean? Not only just to think about my rookie year going into the facility at Hallis Hall and to walk through the facility and to see all the pictures of those guys, the great athletes that came from that played for Chicago. To see those guys and to see their jerseys and their names all throughout the facility, and now knowing that it's a possibility that my name, my jersey can, and my pictures could be showcased around the facility is just a great honor.
Outside of the Super Bowl, what was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment, as in football, or just period? I would say my greatest moment had to be probably my first game of my NFL career, taking the fight back against Green Bay Packers.
Wow. Okay, that was great
It was the first game of the season, and it was the first game of my career, and it was versus Green Bay.
Yeah.
Listen, can you walk us through how you